going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode. And this is the second part of your Friday night update. But you joined me here in our garden, and as you can see, I'm wearing a jacket. I'm wearing my Liverpool jacket. I'm a Liverpool supporter, and recently, you know, we won the league. Then I've also had a haircut, you can see. So I'm not going to be trying to put my hair behind my ears and stuff, but I've got my sunglasses and my hat because the sun's coming out, but it's just a little bit breezy. But just to the left of my dad's, we've got our Alpine plants, and this is the first thing I wanted to talk about. My mum's Alpine plants, and you can see here that we've got this one. This one's getting bigger. Unfortunately, one has died, but we didn't expect all of them to survive. This one's grown bigger. I'm not too sure whether then that will open up. I'm not too sure. I'll update that, and as we get more progress. This plant here is doing quite well. It's died back a little bit, but that's okay. And we've got some other plants. Then we've got some sweet peas to the right here, and I don't think it was last weekend. I think it might have been the weekend before. My mum put a tripod type thing to support it, so our sweet peas there. And then we've got some lilies, and you can see here that I think they're going to be purple ones are about to open up. But then we've got our plant here, and I'm not too sure what this one is called. If any of you guys know, let me know in the comment section down below. I guess as I said in in the first part of this, I could have done some research, but sometimes it's nice to know whether you guys are actually making use of this as well as just watching. We've got our bird table. I think the wood maybe broke a little bit. Might have to glue that at some point. So in the mornings at like 6 a.m. in the morning, when my mum has woken up and she's going up to feed the chicken, letting her out, and the littler birds are sort of like taking the seat. And then as the day goes on, you can stand down at the bottom of our steps, and you can see some of the bigger birds like pigeons, not really pigeons, but some bit like blackbirds and stuff. You can see them come. So we've got some lilies here, and they vary from pink, white, a slightly lighter pink, and orange. And we have to look up whether we have to deadhead these, because you can see one of them is starting to die back. So we've got to do a little bit of research. And here's another type of lily. We're not too sure. We have to research on what it is. So it's this one here. We've got to research on it. And then we've got a pepper that we planted as part of our experiment, which is sort of doing okay. It hasn't died, which is a good thing. And then we've got our acer here, which is quite nice. It's getting quite big now. And then we've got some flowers that we sowed. You can see the little flowers are starting to come through. And we've also got some marigolds, and hopefully the marigolds will start to flower soon. So this plant here is plant is right behind our patio area, and we have to come back. So normally I do this with side cutters, but I don't have them on me right now. But every so often, like every week or so, we have to come past and deadhead a bit. So I'm just doing a bit of deadheading. We're here at our potatoes, and so there isn't any buds on these ones, but there is on the ones down there. So we think these are slightly behind the rest of them, but they're probably not too far behind. And hopefully we can enjoy some potatoes soon. Definitely on those ones in about 3 to 4 weeks, and maybe these ones in about 6 weeks maybe. But we've got some nice flowers down here. I'm not too sure what they are. We've got some guesses of what they are. So we're at our passion flower, and just to show you how big it's getting, if I was to put it all the way up here, and look how long it's getting. It's getting very long now, so we're probably gonna have to put some canes to make sure it grow, and we can train it to grow along here. And we'll probably have to extend these canes or do something to so we can control where it grows and how it grows. So just to give you another quick idea of how tall it's getting, if I was to stretch it up or like pull it up a little bit, it's getting very big. So we're definitely gonna have to do something about that. But I will. Well, once we've got an idea, that will probably come out on our video. I can't obviously say when, because we will have no clue right now. So I'm gonna step out of here and then we will move on to the next bit. So we're over at our Hydrangea, and it looks its best when it's like this. You guys, when I first talked about our Hydrangea, that seems a very long time ago on the channel. You remember it would be all bare, and now it's actually flowering, and we've got some green leaves on it as well. So it looks its best at the moment. And so there's a plant next to us that we have caned, or my mum's caned up. She thinks it's a plant, we think it's a weed, but we've been a bit reluctant to put it out. And it's this plant here. So we're not too sure, but I think it is a weed, but we're not going to put it out yet. We are going to wait and see. But it's like a tree type plant. So maybe we can get some more info for you guys and like tell you a bit more about what we think it could be. So there's a clematis just below us here. There's one solitary flower right here, and it's definitely seen better days. We've not been really taking care of it because we've been so well. We want to take care of all our plants, but we've been so busy with the veg part of the gardening aspect that we had sort of forgot about this clematis. And we are going to try and nurture it back to health, and maybe we'll try and bring it back to health so it can be as well as all the other clematises and the rest of our plants. So as well, another little bit on the Hydrangea, we might actually be putting some sulphur around the base and on the soil next to it, and to make it a bit more acidic. And with more acidic soil, we might actually get some different colour flowers next year, or whenever we decide to do this. So we're over here at our butterfly bush, and you can see it has got massively bigger, and it's actually overtaken this path. This path is not usable right now, but you can see some of the flowers have already started to die back. Not all of them have, and we're going to, once they have all died back, we'll be cutting back this. We do this every year, but it always seems to come back better and stronger. I don't really mind it coming back because it looks really nice when it's in full flower, but it does mean we lose access to this path, which is okay because obviously we have like the two pathways as well, which is fine, but we sort of do like to use this path a little bit when we're sort of coming over to this side, because you don't want to walk up one side and having to walk all the way over. That's just me because I'm a bit lazy. So we're at the greenhouse now, and there's a lot to mention here, so it's going to take up a bit of the video to do it, and then we'll move on to our fruit trees. That will be after the greenhouse. So we've got 3 trusses of tomatoes, and we've actually got a tomato. Once they ripen, they will turn red. At the moment, they're very small and green. Well, they need to turn red for us to be able to eat them. My dad's showing you them there. I want to talk about what I want to talk about next is our peppers, and we've staked one up, and we've supported one. This one was getting quite wonky, and it was sort of like flopping over. But we haven't got round to doing the rest of them. Maybe that will be a job maybe next weekend that we'll get round to. So a bit more on our pepper plants. We've got some flowers that are starting to come through, and I think there's some on a few other. There is. And on a few other of our pepper plants. Some of them do need staking up though. So the next bit I wanted to talk about is the crepes, and we've got 3 bunches of these on one tree, and the new growth there's some new growth and the new growth will mean that we get more grapes next year. And you can see that we've been clipping it, and so at the back you can see there's a massive vine of the new growth, and it's just starting to get onto our melon support, which we made a couple episodes back, I think. But we need to put a cane in, and we need to do what we've done with the melon. We need to clip it up, and hopefully then they'll stop growing all over the place, and they will grow vertically upwards. So the next bit I wanted to talk about is the Brussels sprouts, and so this is part of our Brussels sprout experiment because we planted them too late in the year, and so some of the veggies time in the garden is beginning to come to an end. So once like some of the beetroot is getting close, and the lettuce, so when they go, or like when we harvest all of that, that space will be for the 4 Brussels sprouts that we planted. As I said when we did that, we're not big Brussels sprouts lovers in this family. That's why we only planted 4 of them. So we planted the Brussels sprouts too late on in the year, as I said in the video that we actually sowed them, and I just said just there. So we're not even too sure whether we'll have them in time for Christmas. So we've got our little tomatoes, sort of, and what they called. The suckers that we saved 6 of them. Well, it's got very windy. We saved 6 of them, and they are starting to grow. And so we're going to be planting these out soon. We've started to harden them off. So just before we go on to the fruit trees, these are the section of the potatoes that we think are about a week ahead, maybe, because they are starting to flower. We think these are about a week ahead. So we've got a little bit of time to talk about our fruit trees, not too much time, so I'm going to just talk briefly about each of them. So you can see our blackberries here are starting to get a bit more ripe, and you can see some new growth, and you can see some maybe like a new bunch. We haven't got any new growth on our gooseberries, but we have got any gooseberries coming, but we have got some new growth, and that's the same with 3 of our blackberries, but they are all starting to grow. So we did have 1 lonely blueberry, but we think a bird's come and got that. And there's some red currants here that are ready to pick. They're getting quite squishy now, and so we've got some dessert for tonight. We didn't make it ourselves. It's millionaire shortbread, I think. So we might have a few, we might have our red currants on them. So that was the end of part 2, and so obviously this was 2 parts, and it was about half an hour in total. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, of the Friday, or the part 2 of the Friday night update, which was done on Sunday, so it's technically a Sunday night update, but it's whatever you really want to call it. But it was about a half an hour's worth of video. But if you did enjoy it, of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and as always, don't forget to smash that notification bell so you're notified when I upload my brand new videos. There's 2 videos popping up now. One is the making of the greenhouse, and one is the making the first section of our no dig bed. I don't really have a preferred favourite, so it's whatever you guys want. But I will catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.